Welcome to the Devonshire Diz. Today, I'm joined by a couple of podcasting legends to discuss their recent trip back into the magic. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Devonshire Diz. Today, I'm joined by the man who played a large part in the creation of this very podcast, the Devonshire Diz, the host of Brits Guide to DVC, a fellow co-host of the Disload, a staple within the Disney podcasting community, both sides of the pond, accompanied by his lovely wife, and my fellow Saratoga Springs neighbours, Debora and Kevin Curtis Allen. How are we doing?
Hi.
Yeah, good, my friend, good. Now we've got through all those technical issues, we don't need to share with the listeners, do we?
Honestly, we're going to have to start doing bloopers for the amount of tech issues we have whenever we try and record an episode. It doesn't matter which podcast, for some reason, the system's always against us, but we got there in the end.
Right, we're looking forward to this favourites list you've sent us.
Absolutely. We did something similar on Devonshire Diz with Luke after his March trip, and we're going to jump in again with what I like to call the Walt Disney World Awards, and this is going to be covering Debora and Kevin's September 2024 trip back to the magic. I will insert some tacky Hollywood music as I did with Luke right about now. Before we get into the best bits of your magical trip, so the listeners are aware, obviously I've mentioned Brits Guide to DVC. I assume you're going to be using that podcast to go into a little bit more detail regarding your trips, because not only did you obviously head to Walt Disney World, you started off your trip in New York as well. Have you got any things upcoming?
Yeah, we've recorded and uploaded a New York podcast, which covers all our New York trip, the trip out, the flight out to New York, all what we did in New York in quite a bit of detail. And that's scheduled to drop on the 1st of November. And then we'll record another one going into some detail about Saratoga Springs and one for Old Key West. And they'll probably go up in the reverse order because we'll do it in the order of how we went. And we went to Old Key West first for 8 nights, and then Saratoga Springs for 9, or was it 8 on each? I can't remember.
I thought it was 9.
It was 9 on each in the end, that's right, because somebody messed up the
Yeah,
booking
okay.
for Saratoga again, didn't they?
Yeah, just a little bit.
I did my usual mess up with the last day. I forgot to book the last day.
I look forward to getting into that sort of detail on the Brits Guide episode coming soon for sure.
I fell short of doing that twice now, so, you know, you think you'd learn, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Hey, they say third time's lucky, so roll on the next trip, eh?
Third time's the charm. Yeah, well, I've already booked my time off the next trip. Deborah's not booked it off yet, but I already have. Yeah, so we're sorted. We're actually going to fly out on my birthday and fly back on her birthday, so that's going to be interesting.
Excellent. Oh, a double birthday trip. I love it. Remember to pick up those badges in the parks. Hey, get a checkpoint in there. That's what it's all about.
Always have a countdown. That's what you need.
100%. Right. Before we think of the future, let's touch on the past, shall we? And we will start our awards tonight with a nice staple. What was your favorite ride or attraction over at Walt Disney World on the latest trip?
Ladies first. So, Deborah, what's your favourite ride?
Oh, I like Slinky Dog.
Oh, awesome. Yes.
Slinky Dog.
Yeah, Slinky Dog. I do like that. That's what I like.
I've got some lovely video.
Going to be dropping anytime soon?
Oh, yeah, I've shared them a couple of times. It's always usually our first ride for some bizarre reason, one of our first rides. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, Deborah likes that, doesn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We always seem to get the back row as well, which is quite funny.
It's much better in the back row, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've rode in the back row or the back but one nearly every time we've been on it, haven't we?
Yeah.
And we don't have problems getting on Slinky Dog. We don't have the hour and a half waits people talk about, but we usually go there first, don't we?
I was going to say, we do get in there early, the early starts, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great tip for anyone listening, isn't it? If you're going to Hollywood studios, you kind of have to pick one or the other of the big new attractions. And Slinky, if you get there early, you could probably get on pretty sharpish. But if you try and get there at lunchtime, then you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, Slinky Dog opens with a park. Rise of the Resistance doesn't seem to.
Yeah, yeah,
So we've done Slinky Dog, then gone and done Rise of the Resistance. I think this last time we did Millennium Falcon, Slinky Dog, and then back to Rise of Resistance, which seems like a weird way to go about things, but that worked out the best. Literally, we got to Rise of Resistance, it only just opened, I think.
Yeah.
And after doing Millennium Falcon first and then Slinky Dog, and then we walked back to Rise, and they just opened a queue. You know, I think we had about a 45-minute wait, something like that. It wasn't too bad at all, really.
It's not bad for Rise, is it? Yeah.
No.
Perfect. Awesome. How about you, Kev? What was your favourite this time around?
I love Rise of the Resistance because I've just reminded myself I do love it, and I think it's a fantastic experience. And I have on occasion said that it's 3 experiences in one, but Guardians of the Galaxy's got my heart this time. It's just, it's brilliant.
Oh, amazing.
I love it, yeah.
I've not been on it yet.
Oh, no. I've rode it now, I don't know, about 7 or 8 times, and I all seem to get the same song. I haven't ever got September. Save the World I seem to get all the time. But I've rode it, of course, Deborah doesn't ride it, so I'm on there usually with a bunch of randoms, as I say. And I still, until this last time, was the first time I rode with Tony Ann, and that's the first time I rode with somebody in the car I knew.
Yeah.
I've always rode with randoms because I've been on my own. And we actually queued for about nearly 45 minutes an hour with Dave from the Disney Crush.
Right.
And it broke down. And we couldn't get on. And we waited and we waited and we waited. And I said to him, we got to go because everybody was waiting for us in one of the lounges, weren't they?
We didn't mind. We were just chatting. Chatting around the table. Quite happily.
So me and Dave went back out. And I love Guardians. It's great. I mean, if you like that sort of roller coaster rides, if you like Space Mountain, I'm not keen on Space Mountain. It's a bit rough for me, but Guardians of the Galaxy is like Space Mountain on steroids. It's just fantastic. It reminds me a little bit of the turtle ride in Disneyland Paris.
Oh, Crush's Coaster.
Crush's Coaster, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit like, again, on steroids. It's difficult to describe it. Until you ride it, it's very difficult to describe. Such a good ride. Such a good ride. And I've got a nice little bit of video there, and in the queue when you're waiting, and they obviously, there are 2 video screens that you go in on the wait. And one of them, he asked what Epcotians are called, and someone said Day Drinkers. Right at the perfect time. It was just beautiful.
Picked the opportune moment and nailed it.
Yeah, it was just great. But yeah, it's a great ride. Just a straightforward ride, Guardians, every day. Although Rise of Resistance is something else.
It's definitely my top attraction. Like I said, I haven't got to Guardians just yet. That will be like top of the list next time we go. We just couldn't get the timing right, and I tried a virtual queue and it was gone by the time we did it. So next time, top of the list for sure.
Yeah, I think as just a single ride, Guardians is fantastic. Rise of Resistance is so hard to beat.
Yeah.
It's so hard because it's great. It tops it for me, I suppose, normally because Deborah will ride it. So then I'm with Deborah, and when we did it, we were with the boys. The first time we did it, there was 4 of us in the car, and that's that way even better. And I've rode it with other people as well. But yeah, and I've rode it with a VIP tour when we did it. So yeah, I mean, but if you put Rise of Resistance, like I say, you can't really compare it to other rides because it's 3 experiences or more in one, isn't it? So, but yeah, this time Guardians had my heart. It's fantastic. Had some really fun rides on there.
Perfect. What a way to kick off. I like it. And 2 completely different answers as well, which is excellent to hear as well.
Although I love going on Slinky Dog with Deborah. It's an experience.
It is a fantastic attraction.
And it's great for kids, and because it's just enough. It's just enough. And I mean, we rode it this last time, and there was obviously a couple of new riders on in front of us, and you could tell they hadn't been on it before. Let's put it that way.
It was Penny's first roller coaster in 22. That was the first time she'd been on a roller coaster.
Fair play.
Yeah.
I wish I was brave enough, but I don't like the big ones. I can manage the
like Slinky Dog, but
yeah.
The Slinky Dog's about Deborah's limit, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Not very brave.
Right, let's move on to award number 2. Award number 2 for this evening is the favourite daytime show.
Now, this is funny. I know Deborah's answer because we were talking about all these before we came upstairs. It's an least favourite park, but I have to say I do like this show. What's your favourite show, Deborah? Lion King.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't like the park.
Yeah, she's not keen on Animal Kingdom.
Right.
It's too hot.
But she always thought, no, don't David disown you, Deborah.
I don't know, but I'm just saying it. I always feel like I like the animals. Looking at the animals and stuff.
Oh,
it's good, but
trouble is, there's no bad park, is there? That's the problem if you're rating the parks. But that Lion King show is great.
Oh, it's fantastic. Timeless as well. Like, I remember going as a younger gentleman myself and experiencing it for the first time, and it was fantastic. And I've done it multiple times, as you guys probably have as well, and it still hits exactly the same. I think it's fantastic.
Now the Tumble Monkeys are back. It's good.
Yeah.
Now it's a full show again. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. We had the snippet version in 2022, and you did miss the Tumble Monkeys and a few of the other extras that were in the show. Yeah, it's good to see it back in its original glory.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we did as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Because we were there as well, 22.
Yeah,
we did it in 22. Yeah, I love it as well. I think it's a great show.
It's my favorite film. So yeah, they can put anything. They could just have someone like reading the story in the middle of a floor somewhere, and I'd still think it's fantastic.
I think it was the first film me and Deborah went to see in the cinema, a Disney film anyway.
Oh, okay.
Together, I think Lion King was. When was Lion King released?
30 years ago this year.
Yeah, so that would put it.
Yeah,
that would put it when we got married then. That year we got married. So yeah, that'd be about right. Yeah, my favourite show. I'm going to do a comparison on this because I have the audio, hopefully, from this year and the audio from previous times. So I think Adam's guessed.
I know what you're going to say.
Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah.
I love it. It was special for us because we went in 2019 when we went back, our first DVC trip, our 25th anniversary trip, the first G3, which anyone who doesn't know is a geek meet with Geeking on Walt Disney World. So we went into Country Bears. I don't think we'd ever been in it before, you know. I can't remember seeing it before this. And there was 6 of us in there, 3 couples. There was us, another couple, and then a young couple. And I mean a young couple, I would say probably late teens, early 20s.
Was that the young couple that I was watching? I liked.
They were singing their little hearts out, bless them, and they knew every word to every song. They were singing along, and it was just fantastic.
Because they made that for me.
They absolutely made it, didn't they?
Yeah, they actually made it.
And then we've been back. We go back every time now, at least once or twice. But something always seems to happen in that Country Bears Jamboree, other than the actual show.
Right.
The baby falling through the seat last time.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Something always seems to happen. But this time, the new one, I'm going to have to listen back to both audios and put them side by side. And I'm intending on doing that on an upcoming podcast. We'll do a special and we'll put it side by side.
Awesome.
And we'll have a look. But yeah, it's still a great little show. They've cleaned it up a bit. My only thing that I think everybody said about it is there's not enough of Big Al in it, unfortunately, now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's not so much of Big Al, which is a shame, really, because he's the man for me, Big Al.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He'll feature later in this show.
The songs aside, what's the updates to the animatronics look like? Because as far as you look on YouTube and stuff, they look fantastic.
They are brilliant, yeah. They've cleaned them up. They move really well. You know, and they've not changed a lot of it. I don't think. Probably if you put them side by side, they've changed loads.
Yeah.
But when you only go there once a year or once every 2 years, you're not going to notice that, you know, Big Al's got a different jacket on or something. I don't know. Or, you know, the girl coming down out the ceiling's got different bloomers on. I don't know. But yeah, it obviously things like that have been changed. I'm not sure what. But yeah, they look crisp and it all works. And I don't know whether you can remember when the curtains used to open, you used to hear the motors that were opening the curtains. There's none of that now.
Oh, okay.
That's all gone. It's just crisp and fresh, which you'd expect it to be for a company like Disney. So I'm glad they kept it, because my worry was they were going to take it out and put something else in there. You know, I don't know. They could have took something out and put in Frozen. I don't know. You know, couldn't they? They could have put another big movie, but they stayed with Country Bears. Just face it, there's no Country Bears film, is there, as of yet? But I think we'll break that here, because usually if we mention something, it usually happens, doesn't it? Hashtag Premier Pass, Premier Pass Plus.
Exactly. Yeah, I look forward to like the Christmas announcement of the Country Bear film coming in 2025 now.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? It's just start asking for things we want.
Yeah. Hey, someone's listening.
Someone definitely must have been listening to that episode.
Oh, a couple of cracking shows to pick for daytime. I definitely agree with both of them. Lion King is one that will always be close to my heart, mainly for the IP, but also the show's great, and I do love the essence of Country Bears and other OG like shows like Tiki Room. I love it, absolutely love it. Those sort of shows, just they're a bit of the soul of Disney for me. I love them, absolutely.
Yeah,
love
no
them.
IP as well, which is quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah, original stories, and just there's certainly still space for that in the Disney parks for sure.
I honestly, it wouldn't break my heart if they did release some sort of cartoon or film based on it, just to try and popularise it. That wouldn't bother me at all.
No, definitely.
I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean, they did it, didn't they?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was a disaster, wasn't it? That didn't sell any merchandise, did it?
Yeah. They're not expanding a shop because of it, are they?
Yeah. How many Pirates of the Caribbean films are there? What are they on? About 36 now, aren't they?
Yeah,
Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that spans some money.
They've done well out of the IP, that's for sure. Right, award number 3. We're moving on to your favourite character interaction of this trip.
Deborah says she hasn't got one.
Okay.
Mine is, well, I suppose I've got 2, but I'll save the other one maybe. Big Al again.
Big Al.
He came out after a show, and it wasn't the same day we went to see the Country Bears. We'd been over to Tom Sawyer's Island with Michelle and Angela, some friends of ours. And Big Al was out, so he went and had some photographs done. And I put quite a nice little Instagram story up about it. I put an Instagram reel up with it. He was great. He was interactive. He was funny. You know, it's everything you want. And as an adult, I know Deborah feels it this way. It's a bit difficult, isn't it? I can't go up to Anna and Elsa and have a very good interaction as a 57-year-old man. I feel a bit awkward.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying I don't feel comfortable sort of going up.
Yeah, and you know, I never know what. I know we've had some really good interactions in the past. Daisy Duck noticed Deborah's ring once, didn't she?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then Minnie noticed that Deborah wears a Pandora necklace, and it's actually shaped as a hidden Mickey.
Oh, awesome!
And inside it, there's some small Disney, what do they call them? Shapes inside.
Shapes
I can't remember what they did call them something. They did it for a little while. Pandora did. They don't seem to do it so much now.
Yeah.
But she was wearing that, and of course, Minnie saw it and like was very interactive then. So we've had some, not maybe this trip, but we've had a few really good interactions like that.
Awesome.
And Daisy was sort of, because she knew it was our wedding anniversary, and she was pointing to Deborah because Deborah's got an engagement ring and a wedding ring.
Yeah. But
she hasn't got an eternity ring or anything like that. And we were saying it had 25th wedding anniversary at the time. Yeah. So she was sort of basically miming to me, look, she needs another ring, you know.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so that was back in 2019. I remember that. That was when they used to all meet up in the big top at the back there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And when we went in, there was nothing going on this time when we went in. There was no meet and greets or anything in there.
Oh, really?
It might have been the time of day we were there, because we were there early one day, weren't we?
Yeah.
When we went round the back there.
Yeah, we met a couple of them in March. I think Goof and Donald and Minnie and Daisy were in there. Yeah.
Obviously, the other character interaction will be, of course, John Panda, John
yes,
Sakari.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Yes, Deborah and I, we watch a DVC fan, obviously, right on a regular basis, and John's on that. And she quite likes John, and
I missed it.
And you missed it. I think that was one of the days you weren't feeling too well.
I wasn't feeling very well.
It was actually, as anyone listening that listens to the Disload will know, that it was 10 minutes before we were supposed to be recording the Disload episode that particular month.
Yeah.
While I was away, and I actually sat down with John Panda, who was sat by the elevators in the Contemporary. He was completely on his own. He wasn't like with family or with friends or working or anything. So I just walked over and said, introduced myself. John, I'm Kevin from the Brits Guide and the Disload. And he pointed, and this is the thing, people. He pointed to my T-shirt, and my T-shirt was the Devonshire Diz.
Amazing.
We need to tweet that, and we need to put podcast underneath the Devonshire Diz, because he asked me what the Devonshire Diz was. So I sat down, explained it to him, and we had a chat. I mean, we were chatting for about half an hour or so there, and he did me the favour of recording a little bit for us.
Yeah.
That we put out, didn't we? We dropped on Instagram, and we put it out a little bit on the podcast. But yeah, that's one of my great hours. Obviously, that sticks out because he's a big cheese in the Disney podcasting community and the YouTube community.
Absolutely.
And just as nice a bloke as you'd expect him to be honest with you. And all he wanted to talk about was British comedy, keeping up appearances, and are you being served, and all the old sort of stuff. I said, John, well, you need to see some more modern stuff, John. So I've sent him a few links to different comedies and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that'll always stand out as one of my big memories from this trip.
Big Al and Big Fat Panda as character interactions. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. What a combo.
I'm sure John will not be offended by that at all, to be in the same breath as Big Al.
Oh, absolutely not. No, we're talking about a legend of Magic Kingdom right there. Awesome. Right, award number 4. Favorite nighttime spectacular.
We did one this time.
Just one.
Yeah. Wow. We is like the pair of us, because Deborah's not a nighttime person. I mean, this is well past her bedtime, and it's
So I get up early to go work. Don't I? So.
Yeah.
So, but I did drag her out to Fantasmic, and we were trying to remember if we'd done Fantasmic with the kids when they were little, and I don't know whether we have.
I don't think we did.
I've done it a couple of times, like, again, I keep on going on, but G3 last year I did it with a group of the geeks. We went and watched it, and that was really good. But yeah, it's a great show, isn't it? It's just brilliant.
My favorite. Definitely my favorite.
It just, I mean, we didn't go there early, but we were sat about a third of the way up, because you don't really want to be sat right at the front, because I think you get a bit wet right at the front.
Yeah.
You do, don't you?
Yeah. But we were sat about a third up on the far...
About near to the end.
Yeah, far left-hand side. And do you know what? It's not a bad seat in there, is there, really?
I don't think there is.
No. All this about you can get a dining package, can't you? Just get early entry to Fantasmic or reserve seating. I don't think there's a bad seat, because it all comes round to you.
Yeah.
So there's really not a bad seat there. We sat more central last time, but I think further away. I think we were closer than we were when I went with Kurt and that. And I don't think we waited I think we waited less time for it. And the way they clear people out of there, it's amazing, really, as well.
It's quite quick, isn't it?
Considering it can easily bottleneck going out, they seem to shift people out there pretty fast, don't they?
Yeah, and we done the usual thing. We went round shopping and stuff like that afterwards. We were in no hurry to leave because I think we'd had a lay-in, or we'd gone to Disney Springs during the day and we just went out in the evening to do that. Or we'd been out in the morning and come back and then went back out.
There's something magical about that park as well after Fantasmic, isn't it? When people are flying out, if you just take your time, the whole place is lit up. It looks fantastic.
If you remember that Instagram reel of me following Deborah walk through Galaxy's Edge, that's filmed after Fantasmic.
Yeah.
And we literally walked out of Fantasmic. Everybody goes left. We went right through Toy Story Land, which again, fantastic at night. Completely different at night.
Yeah.
With all the lights, and it's beautiful at night.
We used to do it in the morning, didn't we?
Yeah, we used to do it in the morning. When it very first opened, we used to get a 6 o'clock opening.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah.
And that was great. But yeah, I said to Deborah, we'll have a walk through, we'll walk round. We won't do anything. We'll just walk around and take in the atmosphere. And we literally did that to allow everyone to leave and to not be queuing up with everybody. Because we've got no screaming children or anything like that to get to bed, after it. So we did that. We walked through Galaxy's Edge. And I posted a reel with Deborah just walking through it. It looks like she's on her own.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just following behind Deborah, just walking through it. It looks like we've got the place to ourselves. It was really, we had some photographs done, didn't we? I think in front of the Millennium Falcon as well.
Nice.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still half an hour before the park, half an hour or so before the park closed. I think you could have walked on Millennium Falcon.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. It was a completely different park at that time of night. Completely different.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've shown a few Star Wars fans it, and they're like, can't believe it. It blows their mind.
Yeah, definitely.
If they've not been out to Florida, it just blows their mind to see it.
It's the magic shot, isn't it? To be able to not have loads of the crowds around and get like a real intimate picture with either the Falcon or just in that land is just, as someone who's a massive Star Wars geek, as you know, that's what we pay the Disney dollars for.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I really enjoyed doing that. Unfortunately, Deborah was starting to feel a bit rough because she caught a bug.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that was the night before, and the next day she felt quite ill, which is a shame. But like I said, it was just literally done. We didn't intend to do anything. We just wanted to walk through and allow all the crowds to leave, and they'd all gone, and we got on a bus. Not a problem. Now I'll tell you something else about leaving after fireworks. One evening I went to Epcot on my own to watch the fireworks, and I watched it from the bridge. I watched it from the same place we had, because when we had my birthday party at the French Pavilion, we hired they hired an area for 75 people to watch the fireworks, and that was at the French Pavilion. And I stood on the bridge across from the French Pavilion, and I watched the fireworks. And then literally, as soon as the fireworks finished, I turned around and I walked out to the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Straight to Beach Club, through Beach Club, straight to the buses. Because obviously we're staying at Saratoga Springs. Sat there. There was 2 other people sat there. This is straight after fire. I mean, the whole story is I walked out of the International Gateway and I thought to myself, this should be easier, this should be better, And there was this big crowd of people, and I was shoulder to shoulder. I'm thinking, oh God, I really made a mistake here. I've really made a mistake. I'm going to be waiting for ages. Then, of course, you walk down there. Of course, 80% of them branch off to get the gondolas, the Skyliner.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Of course, they all go to the Skyliner. Then some of them go off towards the boardwalk. Some of them go off towards the Yacht Club and Beach Club. Some of them go off to the Swan and Dolphin. And all of a sudden, I'm in the Beach Club on my own. Literally walked through. I said, "Look, oh, where's the buses?" I did know, but I was a bit disorientated or whatever. He was, just down there along. Well, as soon as I got out past the old-fashioned car, I knew exactly where I was. Straight down. I thought, better be a big queue here. Nobody waiting for a bus for Disney Springs. We got on the bus for Disney Springs, and admittedly, it wasn't empty, but there was a young couple got on it with me, and then it went round the 3 resorts and on to Disney Springs. I mean, I was back in my hotel in no time, so I just walked through Disney Springs. I did stop and have a look in the odd shop or whatever, but I needn't have. Yeah, I needn't have. I could have jumped straight on the, because they were still running the boats. I could jump straight on the boats and gone to Saratoga. But where we are at Paddocks, it was quicker to walk.
Yeah.
Because we were one building from the actual Paddocks swimming pool, so we were pretty close. So we just walked from Disney Springs. We never took the boat. To take the boat was actually further to walk from the boat back to our room than it was to walk from.
Yeah, to walk from there. Back to the room, wasn't
it? Back straight from Saratoga Springs. And that's what we did that nearly all the time, didn't we?
Yeah, well, after we worked out how to do it again.
Yeah, after we'd worked out where Paddocks was.
Yeah. Easy to get lost in Saratoga.
Yeah, it always looks different and you don't get back most of the time until after dark. So yeah, it was difficult to find it in the dark than it is in the daylight. Let's put that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, we've tailed off speaking about Saratoga, and it's making me excited for the conversation we're going to have of our favourite resort. But a fantastic nighttime spectacular to pick. It's our family, Loz, Penny, and I think if Noah could speak, he would tell you the same. It's definitely our family's favourite nighttime spectacular. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's a great show, and it's just a lot. It's everything, and it's the productions, it's fireworks, it's everything, you know.
Yeah.
Rather than just it's just good. It's really good. And it's a little bit closer than some of the other fireworks shows, because otherwise you're sitting down as well. I mean, all right, they're not big, comfy, lazy boy chairs, but they're better than standing up for an hour before and 30 minutes through it, and then you've got to turn around and try and get out of Magic Kingdom. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, I think definitely. And any chance you can sit down and watch a show rather than stand up and watch fireworks, I think is the way forward.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Right, moving on to the next award, and this is a general one. How about this? Favorite overall park? Is there one that stood out this time?
Yeah, go on then, Deborah. Tell him.
Oh, I like Epcot.
Yes.
I like the crepes and things like that.
Yeah.
Walking around the showcase.
For somebody that doesn't drink alcohol, food and wine's quite high up on Deborah and doesn't eat a lot, really.
No, I don't eat that much. But if I see something going along, like those little waffles you had, we had half each, didn't we? But then I like to go and get the crepes. I like to be able to go to the boardwalk and have a look at ice cream and.
Yeah, and you like to go to what stores? The favourite store, it begins with a J. Joffrey's.
Oh, yes.
Joffrey's.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Joffrey's coffee.
It's a frozen coffee, isn't it?
Yeah, we
from what you've worked out.
Yeah, we finished our Joffrey's bag. We're now on to a rum one, which we're not that impressed with.
A rum one?
Yeah, we bought a rum coffee. That one's Joffrey's. I think that one's another make.
Oh, okay.
And we're on Dunkin' Donuts for our decaf coffee at the moment.
Right.
We have decaf in the afternoon. Yeah, we're on Dunkin' Donuts, which we had a Dunkin' Donuts opposite us in New York. I used to go there and get a coffee.
Nice.
Yeah, I love Epcot as well.
Love it.
Wandering around, going to the food booths, just going into all the different countries. Because you like China, don't you? And you like Japan.
Yeah.
I like just looking at all the different sweets.
Yeah, we
see what they got.
Funnily enough, we bought quite a lot of sweets. I think was it 1 year ago, last year or the year before, when we were Scott and Karen. We did a walk round, and that's high on your to do list if you're ever there and can get a chance to walk round World Showcase with Scott and Karen Days from Mickey Files is quite an experience. Yeah, and we went into Japan and bought like loads of different sweets, didn't we? And we found a place actually, is it Home Bargains, does it?
Yeah, some places do them over here now, so I don't not being funny. I didn't get any this time, did I?
You didn't get so much this time,
No.
but yeah, we're getting it. I think it's Home Bargains.
Home Bargains and some at Sainsbury's and different places.
Yeah, different. But you can pick up some of these things now. Hello, Luke's just messaged me.
Yeah, he did. Teasing us about the latest drop of the Disload. Excellent.
All right, okay. There we are, a live record feed, and Luke's interrupted us. Right? Yeah, no. See, I find it very difficult to say anything other than Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, Luke's favourite.
I love them all, and I like so something special in all of them. But Magic Kingdom, I don't know how you can not be mad. It's just it's brilliant. I love it. I mean, I'm not bad as the Disney wives. Because if you've seen their latest vlog, that at the moment will be their first day in Disney, and she walks down the main street and starts crying as soon as she sees the castle. I'm not quite that bad.
The castle's really good, isn't it?
But I always love walking down and seeing the castle. I have to say, yeah, Magic Kingdom. I mean, there's other more thrilling rides. I'm just thinking they haven't got the most thrilling rides, but like it's Haunted Mansion, it's Pirates, it's Jungle Cruise, which of course was closed this time. It's just it takes me back to when we went on honeymoon back in '94. You know, when you were still in, you know, you were going there before me, but like, you know.
I was a wee lad though still.
Yeah.
I was actually 9, yeah, but I'd been a couple of times by that point.
Yeah, but Magic Kingdom, it's the one, and it just is the one.
Yeah.
I just can't, you know, I find it difficult to say anything else. And I was asked this similar question by Tony Ann from the Disney Crush, and I said, it's got to be Magic Kingdom.
Yeah,
it's
a default for so many people we head over because, like you say, just that iconic walk up towards the castle, it captures everyone. I'm with Deborah. I've got to admit, for our March trip, Epcot was the one that won it for me. Just being able to see it with a little less fencing around, a little less construction, just having that open plan at the back end of Spaceship Earth was so good. It was so good to see it like partially completed.
Yeah, I think we're going to get that feeling in Magic Kingdom soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd tell you what, if we had a screen time for the amount of time we spent, you know, like Apple say here, you had 3 hours, 50 minutes screen time. I don't know. I reckon Epcot would probably be the biggest screen time. Probably the most amount of time we spend in the parks.
Yeah.
I reckon so. If you get, because I'm sure Disney's got this data, how many minutes you spend in each park during your stay, I'm pretty sure they could.
Oh, I expect they do.
Yeah, they'll analyse that and see it. It would be for someone that likes that sort of insight, that'd be interesting to see how much time you spend in each park.
Yeah. It's something about Epcot just being able to just stroll around, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we did Canada, and we did it with Tony Ann and Rich, right? And they were sort of like pulling our leg about it. And I said, but at the end of the day, I quite enjoyed that, going in and watching at Canada. And then we went in and watched the China one, didn't we?
Yeah.
We watched the China video, and I thought to myself, well, you know, everyone makes me. I wouldn't do it every time, perhaps, but I thought they're great films still. You know, so there were a lot of things like that you can do. The Mexican Pavilion always good to wander around that. Although you need a little torch on your hat to see anything in there. Feel like you're going mining, you know. But apart from that, yeah, it's great. And the Three Caballeros this time, the queue for it every time we went in was just mad.
Oh, it's amazing.
I mean, it had as long a wait as some of the big rides. I mean, I can remember when you just used to walk on that.
Well, funny you should say it. When we went in March, I think we clocked in 4 in a row in our first week. And then the second week that we went, it was like 25, 30 minutes. It was mad.
Oh, no. 45, 50 or more it was, because we both looked at it and went, we're not waiting for that. I mean, we didn't wait that long to go on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
Wonder why.
It's just weird, isn't it? I don't know how it works out like that. I mean, they were queuing outside for it.
That's amazing.
Outside of the pyramid, they were queuing them, and they had obviously the walkway, and they had a cast member there splitting the line, so you could walk round if you weren't in the line, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And they had it sort of like coming down that walkway. Really weird.
Wow.
Very strange for it to be that popular. But it was. I think we might have gone. It seemed to be busier the second week. The first week when we first arrived, it was all right. The second week, it was busy. And then the last week, because we were there 18 days, the last week it seemed to tail off again. So, I don't know. You can never tell, can you? You can never tell what it's going to be like. You just got to go with a plan and throw it in the bin and just go with it.
Definitely. There's so many places online that you can see, and it mentions like, oh, here's your predictor if you go in September, here's your predictor if you go in Feb, etc. But no one can ever predict.
The only thing I'd say, and I think I've said this to you, we always went to Magic Kingdom on a party day. Every single
Yes, that's
Oh,
visit
great
yeah.
tip.
was a party
To
day
make it.
because there's so many parties in September
Yeah,
that it makes the other days so busy.
yeah, yeah.
So I'd always go on a party day and then go somewhere else because we've
Yeah, 'cause
obviously got.
we didn't stay there all day, did we? So it didn't
Well,
matter.
it's like Luke says, we're out of the parks by about 1:00
Yeah.
usually,
Yeah.
maybe,
Doing something else afterwards.
and then doing something else. Then going back, I'll go back to the parks on my own, or go back to a park, in the evening.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there 18 nights. We never got anywhere near a water park.
Yeah. Wow.
It's mad, isn't it?
That is mad.
Hey, I do. You sit there to go 18 days didn't get anywhere near a water park. I never went in the pool.
It goes to show, like, you can have as many days as possible in your trip, and you're always going to miss out on something because there's so much to see and do over there.
The only time I went to the pool was when we were in Saratoga Springs. I went to go and do washing, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do the washing at Old Key West, but by the time we got to Saratoga Springs, we were needing to do wash. I went and did the washing. I did 2 lots, didn't I? I did
Yeah.
when we first arrived, and then the night before we left, I went and done some washing. So as we brought clean stuff home because that's what we do. We do packing cubes, and we'll have one packing cube for dirty clothes, and the rest of it I'd laundried, and everything was clean. So when you come home, just put it away.
Yeah. It's handy.
But yeah, it is strange. You can go 18 nights, so that's sort of like 20 days really, because we arrived down from New York sort of fairly early in the day. We were like,
Yeah.
weren't we? We just arrived and we'd got a room, hadn't we? But for some reason, I hadn't booked in online, so I couldn't see the room number. We
Yeah.
got a room when we arrived, dropped off our stuff, and we could have gone to a park for half a day. But because we've got 18, well, sort of like 20 days if you count the day you fly down and the day you fly out, if you count those two, because I've got no
Yeah.
jet lag to deal with because we've gone through that in New York.
Yeah.
If you count those 2 days, you've got 20 days. Well, you only got a 14-day ticket, haven't you? So,
Yeah. True.
we made the most of it. We kept whole days and just had a day or two off out from the parks because you can stretch it. I think it's over 17 or 18.
Yeah. I think it's 18. Yeah.
Yeah, 18 days. So yeah, that works really good.
And hey, maybe next time when it comes to water parks, maybe there's always next time.
Maybe, yeah. Like I said, I only went to the pool to get drinks from my refillable mug.
Yeah.
and to do laundry. That's the only time I went to the pool. Crazy.
Oh, awesome. Right, let's head on to the next award. The next award that I've got on my list is the favorite meal of this trip.
There's a theme when it comes to food with Deborah. And I know it sounds like I'm talking on behalf of my wife. What is it, Deborah? What's your? And it's been the last 2 years. It isn't a new thing.
Toasted sandwiches and soup.
Yeah.
Soup.
Oh, Epcot again?
No, I don't. We've done it in
No,
Epcot. We've done it in the boardwalk.
Oh, we had it in Epcot. It's nice. Yeah.
Oh,
you?
where in Epcot?
We did it. Epcot had it on the menu for Festival of the Arts. Funnily enough, they had the pop stall up back in Feb, when we went, and it was tomato soup in a little can, and then a grilled cheese sandwich with it, and that was amazing. But whereabouts did you find it?
We originally found it when we were there last year. We found it in the Contempo Cafe.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Tempo.
Right, so it was an adult's meal, toasted sandwich, and a bowl of soup.
Yep.
So that was great, and she had that a couple of times. Then we found it on the boardwalk.
Yeah.
In what I still refer to as a boardwalk bakery, but it's a boardwalk deli.
Yeah.
And then this time round, we went to the Contempo, and they've taken it off. There is a cheese toasty, but it's not. It's a bit more fancied up than a cheese toasty. It doesn't come with soup. So, but there's still a side order of soup.
Yeah.
So what I did was I got a side order of soup, and I went to the children's menu, and they do a cheese flatbread pizza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would order was a side of soup and a cheese
Child's
flatbread. A child's flatbread pizza, and you'd get obviously an option of apples or grapes or apple puree. But if you press that other button down there that doesn't say anything, then all of a sudden they'll give you French fries.
Oh.
Because they hide the option for French fries for children's meals.
Interesting.
If you look, it's there.
Yeah. So I had those instead, didn't I?
So
That made it a bit more of a meal for
What
me.
we were doing, because I like it as well. What I would do is I would order when we actually I recorded the Disload with you. I did this. I had a flatbread pizza, which was a pepperoni flatbread pizza and tomato soup, and obviously I had the fries from the children's meal, and I had just got a. I think I had a milk drink.
Oh, did you have milk drink? Not
That was milk.
apple juice.
Might have been an apple juice, but anyway. And obviously I got a refillable mug, and I used the refillable mug, and then I went upstairs and recorded with you on the first floor of the Contemporary. That's the first floor, people. That's the first floor up, not the ground floor.
Got it.
Right? Because we had that. But I tell you, that is now the official Disload podcasting studio of choice in Florida.
Yeah.
It worked great, didn't it? I mean, I've come through pretty well. My audio sounded pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though I was only on a Bluetooth microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. If listeners haven't listened to it yet, then head back to the September episode, I believe it was, of the Disload. To hear your good self live on location. It was fab. It was fantastic.
And a very very overexcited Adam Cumber about me meeting John Panda.
Hey, they always say go over and say hi when on all these different vlogs and everything like that. So
Definitely, anyone sees John, I would definitely encourage you to do that, because he was such a nice bloke.
And you had a short list, obviously, because you met Bazza and Mrs. Bazza, of course, who won the meetup. So there was a few faces that you saw.
Yeah, well, it was really weird because we actually were sat having a drink, having a coffee. We just got Joffrey's. Okay, so you know where we are. Joffrey's standing Hollywood Studios. So you go off to the Pixar place just down there. There's a few seats in there. So I sat down, and I literally sat down and looked across, and I see the Disney wives.
Yeah.
So I said, Deborah, look who's behind you. Sort of look round, and then they caught my eye, and I said, "Hi, girls, love your videos." Just and then we just chatted a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then when they got up to sort of leave, I said, "Can I be rude and ask for a photograph?" And they said, "Yeah, no worries." I said, "'Cause you know what it's like with you youngsters. If there's no photographic evidence, it didn't happen." So yeah, we had a photograph, and they were nice, really really nice thing. And she said to me, "You coming tomorrow night?" And I said, "Oh, I don't know." I said, "We've got plans for tomorrow night." I didn't know, but obviously there was this meet up, and then I literally looked at my phone later, and Baz had messaged me and said, "Look, Kev, you're going to come along to it if you've got the chance, come along to the bar." So I thought, "Oh, we better go and say hello." So we went and said hello for just half an hour or so. And you actually spotted us, didn't you, on the video?
We did, yeah. Yeah, you guys were on the live stream that we found. Yeah.
Your poor wife spent her was it her birthday that day?
It was my birthday.
Your birthday.
Yeah.
You spent your birthday spotting me on somebody else's vlog. Oh dear, how the world's changed for you.
It was a fab way to spend a birthday. We had a glass of red wine each, and we were both just.
It was a Saturday night as well, wasn't it, or a Friday night?
Saturday night, red wine, just glued to the telly, just trying to find Deborah and Kev. and we did. It was about an hour and 12 into the vlog, but we found you in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
How about your meal, Kev? What tops it for you?
Well, I think actually I go back to this cheese and tomato pizza, cheese and tomato toasties. We went to a Wilderness Lodge.
Oh yes,
and I love Wilderness Lodge. I just think it's great. I think it's a lovely location. I managed to drag Deborah over there, and it's a nice walk around. And so she said, "Oh, I'm getting a bit hungry." So what we're going to, their quick service has got, and they've got a toasted sandwich on there, and they've got soup on there. So I order it. Fine, we sit down to eat, and it comes with a biscuit, or what they call biscuit, which is kind of like a poor version of. But it was really good.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's the best biscuit I've ever had over there. If we're going to use the American vernacular, but yeah, it was great. I think that's the best place. If we're doing a tomato soup review, of Walt Disney World, I give Wilderness Lodge the top spot.
Hey, there's a tomato soup trail by the sound of it. There's a few locations. We'll give it a go.
Yeah, and it always makes me laugh because like Tony Allen, that people say tomato soup and it's 80 degrees outside, you know, or 35 or whatever it is in.
Yeah, but when you're inside, it's not, is it?
No, it's like -4.
We're not used to it being cold.
We're not used to the air conditioning.
Like cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the best one. And we normally get the bear claw in there, but you can't get everything. The bear claw's great in Wilderness Lodge. It's massive.
Yeah.
We did have something from there, didn't we? We didn't have a bear claw. We had something else.
Cinnamon
Mickey. Oh, cinnamon Mickey bum.
That was the day before we left, wasn't it?
Yeah. The day before we left, we got that. But yeah, then we, for me, I can't not mention Blaze Pizza. I love Blaze Pizza.
Yeah, it's a good pizza. Yeah.
I like that you can just basically go along and go, I'll have that. I'll just put everything on you're giving away.
Well just put everything on it.
I do it. It's embarrassing when I do it.
That's the concept, though. Why not?
Yeah. I just, and it isn't bad value. I mean, we're drinking trying to drink lots and lots of water. So we're trying not to drink too much fizzy drink.
Yeah.
And that's quite hard in America. Yeah. So we've got our filter bottles. So I just go and fill them up at the drink station. So we don't buy drinks. So it's not expensive in there, you know?
Yeah.
It's not really, for what it is, it's good value, I think, in this day and age.
Yeah. As long as it tastes good as well, and it certainly tastes good. I've not had a bad pizza in there.
I mean, it's priced better in this new cake shop that's coming to the boardwalk.
Yes. Stay tuned for the latest Disload episode for our deep dive into what we feel about the prices going into that place.
They've adjusted the prices a bit.
They have,
from what I've heard.
I noticed that. Yeah.
They're more expensive, aren't they?
I think the $8 Coke, I think, is something like $5.65 now or something like that. So they've dropped it slightly.
I mean, like Luke said, that was just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm with him all the way there. You know, I mean, if these cake slices are big enough for 4 people to eat or share, fair enough.
Yeah,
but we're to see that. But time will tell.
We shall see.
Yeah, Blaze. I love Blaze. It's funny with all the choice that there is in Disney Springs. I mean, we did go to Summer House, and funny enough, we had a pizza in there actually. Yeah, and that was really good.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
But I suppose
Quite
it wasn't much cheaper. It wasn't much dearer, than Blaze if you buy a pizza each.
Yeah.
Because we shared a pizza, didn't we? Because it was a big sort of pizza. I can't remember what size it was. But we went in out. But then we went with friends. We went with the aforementioned Karen and Scott. So yeah, and that was just great. We had done a couple of meals. I wouldn't say the food was fantastic. Was it? Summer House wasn't outstanding, but like just spending an hour and a half, 2 hours with Scott and Karen, it's just fantastic. And of course, we went to Sebastian's.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, we'd never been there before, and I made an absolute rookie error. Rookie error. I knew it was. I sort of knew it was all you could eat, but we had like the main. We had the bread roll, which I thought I liked, and we had the main course, which was fine. And, wasn't even real or there. It was nice enough. But the bread pudding afterwards.
That was nice. I could have
we had one serving of that between 4 of us. And like Deborah said, because she could, and we should have just said, no, we'll have another one of those.
Yeah.
I didn't realise.
And we were sat there long enough. And I mean, we went with Rich and Tony Ann from Disney Crush. Rich, if you ever get a chance to meet Rich, he's absolute scream. He's just
so nice.
Such a nice bloke. And great fun to be around. Really is great bloke.
And a fantastic podcast as well, to be fair. So shout out to the Disney Crush.
Yeah, the Disney Crush are great, and yeah. I mean, obviously, I got creep around Tony Ann too much. She gives me a lot of stick, so I can't be. Poor old, I will say, Dave had a bit of issue with the hurricane that came through, and so did Scott and Karen. Scott and Karen were without electric for a whole week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think they had any damage to the house. Dave unfortunately lost his podcasting equipment to the flooding.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, because he thought he'd be all right, didn't he, on the table?
Yeah, if you he released a little video and it's halfway up the door. The flood water, and I think that was above the desk where he had all his podcasting equipment set up. So yeah, unfortunately, we didn't have any problems, although we had an hurricane when we were there. But this last one that come through did cause Dave some problems. Luckily, they moved. They live in a big RV.
Right.
When I mean a big RV, think a bus.
Okay.
That sort of RV.
Yeah.
And they call it the Gypsy, and they were sort of an hour about moving it. But had they not moved it, it would have been. It could have been swept away because that's in fact a boat where they normally park.
Yeah.
It actually landed in space, didn't it?
It was up on blocks, this boat, and behind where their RVs parked on the side of the river, and they moved it inland a few miles. But the water took the boat off the blocks and floated it back almost into the river. And the only thing that stopped it going into the river was a palm tree.
Oh,
Had that not been there, it would have been in the river and gone.
My goodness, you can't imagine, can you?
No, we've lost boats down here where we live, down on the quay, that have been up on blocks at different times. But the amount of flooding they had there was incredible. But yeah, I mean, we had some really, so getting back to Disney, we had some really good meals with people like that.
Good.
And it's great to spend. I spent a lot of time with Tony Ann this time. I walked around Epcot with her and her son. Dominic. Sorry, Dominic. Yeah, really nice lad.
Awesome. That's what it's all about, the experiences with people out there, isn't it? That's what makes it so magical.
Yeah, we've got to the stage. We haven't done it all, of course we haven't, and we probably never will. But it's great to go with people that go there often, so you get to know what's going on, and just to spend some time with some people that have got a lot more knowledge is great.
Yeah, definitely.
Dominic's he'd be a great guest. He's really into different foods.
Awesome.
As a young lad, as a young man, to try all this different stuff like that, he wanted to go around and try octopus and stuff that I wouldn't touch with a barge pole.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's a big foodie. Is our young Dominic.
Awesome.
And of course his brother is as well, because he loves Jaffa cakes. His brother, that's what I take him. Jaffa cakes and jammy Dodgers.
Good man. Anyone who likes a Jaffa cake is a friend of mine.
And of course, Karen is my caffeine dealer. So that coffee you had the other day, that's where it came from.
Oh, I massively appreciate it. That was needed on a very busy week.
I'll be honest with you, I bought that mug. Adam has got a Devonshire Deers mug.
Yes.
And I've got a Devonshire Deers t-shirt. Well, I put the Devonshire stuff up and the Disload stuff up on our Tea Public shop. Well, actually, it's Brits Guide's Tea Public shop. Just so as I could order myself a t-shirt of each to take with me. But I think I had to spend £30 and I got free shipping.
Yeah.
And your mug was £6, and that got me over the £30. So your mug didn't cost me an ink. It was either that or pay for shipping. So that's why you got the mug.
We massively appreciate it. Loz couldn't believe it when she saw it come through the post. She was like, "Oh, this is and then obviously with some Joffreys included as well, and the Ron John sticker."
I put the Joffreys into padded so it didn't get broken. Really, it wasn't a question of me sending you coffee. It was just added padding.
We've missed our little blue packets of Joffreys, so yeah, it was massively appreciated. We thank you for it, definitely.
No worries at all. Yeah, we'll perhaps put the Tea Public link in your show notes and my show notes. So if anybody wants to go and get any Disload t-shirts, or I would recommend a Devonshire Deers t-shirt. That looks proper good. I'm telling you, I'm really chuffed with mine.
We'll pop them in the notes definitely if anyone does want. want to stick a Devonshire Disload Brits Guide sticker on the laptop or whatever, then that's there for you.
Yeah, because you can get back. I think it does caps, it does cups. The mugs are really good, aren't they?
Yeah,
and
they
like
are.
I said, stickers, magnets, you name it, you can get it on TeePublic, and they often do free shipping or 30% off offers. So if you sign up to their mailing list, they send you the links through every month or two. And I've bought a lot of stuff from there. It's been really good. So yeah, we'll do that as well. I made $6 whole last month.
Hey, commission. That's a Dole Whip or two, isn't it?
Oh, I actually got a Dole Whip in the Polynesian. We went right back to the Polynesian one day, and I meant to get Deborah a Dole Whip float, and I'd already got myself some dippy dots, the little tubby dippy dots,
yeah.
And so I said, "Oh, can I get a Dole Whip?" And she put, "Oh, sorry, I meant a Dole Whip float." I said, "That's okay, I can do you one of those." And then she gave me the Dole Whip float. It only charged me for the Dole Whip, and I went to take the Dole Whip float. She was, no, take the Dole Whip as well. She said, I'm going to throw it away. So we ended up getting both for the price of a Dole Whip. So that was a bonus, wasn't it?
Double Dole Whip. That sounds like my kind of heaven.
I've got to be careful eating that sort of stuff.
Is this going to be a spoiler for favourite snack? Because it's certainly my favourite snack.
Well, that I would say it's favourite snack, but I think if you had a magical moment, that might be it. I'd forgotten all about it.
That's true. What have you got down for favourite snack?
So, Deborah, what's your favourite snack?
Oh, I like the crepes.
The crepes at
lovely.
Yeah, the crepes at the French.
Yeah,
at the French creperie. Yeah.
Great place for a snack, that French Pavilion.
Yeah, Victoria introduced us to that from Victoria Disney in Detail. Yeah. Someone else we've seen actually, but we couldn't speak to her because we were on the bus and she was at the bus stop.
I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe she is a fellow.
Oh yeah, she's Saratoga Springs owner. Yeah. Love it. She owns that. I don't know whether she's direct or whether she's resale, but she's definitely a Saratoga Springs owner.
Another neighbour.
Yep.
What have we got for snack?
Well, we're not far away. My favourite snack is in Belgium, the Belgian waffle with fruit puree on top. Yeah. Very similar.
Yeah.
In actual fact, if we go to Sprinkles in Southampton, which is an ice cream parlour over in the UK, I'll have a waffle and Deborah will have a crepe in there, and that's basically the same thing. So give me a Belgian waffle, a nice fresh Belgian waffle with some fruit on. Yeah, lovely.
Nice. Oh, it's good. Yeah, I like both of those snacks. They would be close to the top of my list as well. But Dole Whip just edges it for me.
Yeah, we had a couple of Dole Whips this time. So nice. Dole Whip float Deborah likes.
Yeah, we had a float in Animal Kingdom in Tamu Tamu, and it was delicious. It was like a Fanta one. Oh, it was awesome.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, it was lovely.
What was that we had in Club Cool? That was a float, wasn't it?
Oh.
We were in Club Cool,
Beverly float, was it?
No, it wasn't the Beverly.
Oh, goodness, can you imagine?
Because Deborah likes, and we were trying to work out what it was. The cucumber drink. It's a cucumber Sprite drink.
Yes,
that's nice.
Cucumber Sprite's lovely.
Any of the others, but the cucumber Sprite, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it tastes all right.
Yeah.
There's a few weird and wonderful flavours in there, Beverly. But funnily enough, the aforementioned Veronica, David's wife from the Disney Crash. Let's get some mentions, just Disney Crash, isn't it? I think I should get sponsored by him. But yeah, Veronica likes Beverly.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I dislike it, but I don't hate it.
They don't stock it, do they?
No.
I think she used to buy it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, there's someone out there.
There's always one, isn't there?
There's someone out there.
But yeah, we had a float in the because I always said, who's buying drinks in there? And there I go, we're buying these ice creams, weren't we? And she was pulling the lad that was doing it, because he was doing it was like a whole a Dole Whip, the way they do it with a soft serve,
like a Mr. Whippy.
Yeah, like a Mr. Whippy, but they do it so it's hollow in the middle, don't they?
Yeah.
If you watch it or any, so she's sort of taking the mickey and saying, "Oh, look, you're very skillfully doing that." And Dad sort of like, I don't think he realised. He said, "Yeah, I'd like to be very careful and get it just right." And he said, "Yeah, you do. It's just a dull, just round the edge, and there's nothing in the middle, sort of thing."
Tactical.
But it was nice. Like I'd never bought. I don't think that's the first time I bought anything in Club Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realise you could. I expect
Oh, but you can,
buy the
obviously.
bits and pieces in there, can't you?
Yeah.
But I only ever go in there for the drinks.
Yeah, we only ever go in there
Same.
to get the little drink things.
Free
Yeah,
drinks.
So,
that was all we ever used to go there. And that floor's getting nice and
I
sticky.
was going to
so
say, yeah.
Yeah.
it's reminiscent of the old one now.
Takes
I
you
don't
back,
understand
doesn't
that. Why you can't clean the floor?
No,
You wouldn't think it would be a problem in this day and age, would you?
they probably just got to a point and they were like, do you know what, this is happening every day, so let's just leave it as is. See how many flip-flops we can get stuck to the floor today. Right, next award we have favorite resort. Now, you know I'm biased, and I know you can be biased as an owner, but I threw in stayed or visited here because I know you did do a bit of resort hopping. So what was your favorite to either stay in or visit this trip?
Well, the one I really like is Saratoga Springs.
Yes, it's the right answer, Deborah.
I like to be able, because I don't mind walking round it.
Yeah, love it.
I like to be able to go to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Or come back from a park and then go and then be able to walk back. Quite easily.
Saratoga Springs. That you can't. It's hard to beat that location, Saratoga Springs, next to Disney Springs.
Yeah.
Just purely for the return trips. Come back from any park straight to Disney Springs. You've got Disney Springs there to have something to eat, so do a bit of shopping, and you're back at your resort. Whereas for every other resort, you're going to Disney Springs. It's an effort.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And then you're going from Disney Springs back to your resort.
Yeah.
So people that want to spend time at Disney Springs, why wouldn't you stay at Saratoga?
It's true.
If you're a DVC member and you're not staying at Saratoga and you're visiting Disney Springs on your vacation, unless you're at Bay Lake Tower, because you can walk to. I said, Deborah, if we could stay at Bay Lake Tower when we're going to Magic Kingdom, Boardwalk when we're going to Epcot.
Yeah.
But that's why people buy there, isn't it? So
that's why people buy there, so they can walk to those two parks. But other than that, if you've got to get on a bus, why would you just pay the extra points? Because that's the other thing. Saratoga's one of the lowest points. Other than, there was 2 points difference in Saratoga and Old Key West this time.
Yeah.
And we did, like Deborah said, we did 9 nights in each.
Yeah.
So we did the same amount of nights, the same accommodation, a studio in both.
Yeah.
And the studio's a lot bigger in Old Key West.
Yeah. Yeah, they
but
are.
But
it's a bed, and unless there's 3 of you or more, the bed's a pain. It's just a dumping area.
Yeah.
That second bed just had basically every time we come back in, whatever we'd bought shopping wise went on that bed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice and tidy.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it wasn't. And then I had the cases on that bed, but as I was looking to pack to move, it just seemed like a waste.
Yeah.
Now, if there's 4 people staying in it, I think it's better.
Definitely.
Because there is more floor space. There's a lot more floor space.
Yeah, there is, isn't there?
Yeah. But if you're not going to use the couch as a bed, Saratoga Springs is a much better layout.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I think that's basically the only reason why Saratoga wins over Old Key West. That and the fact that it is easier to walk to Disney Springs from Saratoga.
Yeah. I had a feeling you might both say that, and I'm glad you did. Representing the home.
Facetiously, I'm going to say the static caravans at Fort Wilderness.
Hey, it's a new experience. Definitely a new experience.
I went there. Actually, when one of the 2 days Deb wasn't well, I decided, I like going out to Fort Wilderness because I like going around looking. Because we've gone and it was September, obviously people have started putting up their decorations
Yeah.
for Halloween.
Cool.
So I went round, took some photographs of the decorations for Halloween, and they all go, "Oh, it's such a big resort. You've got to have a car, and you've got to have one of a
Go-kart. Oh, not
go-kart,
Sorry.
a golf cart."
Be handy to have a go-kart.
Yeah. Anyway, I walked it. I took the bus to the back end. I went round. I spoke to the DVC member now. I said to her, is there any chance of getting in to have a look at one of these new lodges and cabins rather? And she said, yeah. She said, are you looking to buy, or do you just want to have a look? And I said, well, yeah. I'll be honest with you. Straight up, I do a podcast on DVC. I'm a resale member. I'd like to have a look round them. I know someone that's has bought in, and I'd just like to be able to do a video for him.
Yeah.
She goes, oh yeah, I'm sure we can do that. So she said, it might be a few minutes. I said, well, look, I'm going to go, I'll get a drink, and I'll come back. No problem. So I went off, I refilled my refillable mug, walked back. She said, yeah. The gentleman's going to come over and take you over. Took me over. There's 2 of these cabins behind where the main park, where you catch the boat over to Magic Kingdom, that end. And there are 2 to show off. That you walk through a little cart, and they're actually on pitches. I imagine they used to use as pitches for RVs. And they're all set up there, and one's set up as a disabled accessible one, and one's set up as a normal one. I went in the disabled accessible one with a chap. He's not licensed as a DVC rep. He's just purely somebody just to show you round.
Interesting.
So he couldn't give me any of the spiel, so that was quite nice. He did look up the square footage for me and things like that.
That's surprising.
I tell you what, Adam, they are small.
I can imagine.
I'm telling you, we go on to campsites over here, and they have static caravans over here, which is I've actually compared them to. And I tell you now, the static caravan over here is 36 feet long and 8 feet wide. But what they do over here is they put two of them together. So they're now not 8 feet wide, they're 16 feet wide and 36 feet long.
Yeah.
I think I'm right in the length, but they're definitely 8 feet wide. This is only 10 feet wide.
Right.
And 40 feet long. So it's 2 foot longer, I think, 2 or 4 feet longer, something like that, but it's only 2 foot wider. And it's like half a static to me.
Yeah.
And I think they've missed a trick, but the problem they've got is I think they have to use the same footprint as the old ones, or they've got to put in for some sort of different permit or planning permission.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
they can't go bigger than the footprint that's there.
Right.
So they've got to adapt what's there. They are nice. The one I went in was beautifully finished, but then it's the show one.
Very true.
If you buy a new house, you want to buy the show house because that's always the one that's fitted the best.
Yeah.
Why they didn't put a washer dryer in the kitchen, I don't know.
Yeah, it seems strange.
There is space for it. There was a cupboard there that they could have used.
Out in the hallway.
Or as you turn into the hallway to go to the main bathroom, there's a sink outside the bathroom, a sink inside the bathroom, and a shower inside the bathroom, and obviously a toilet in there. Yeah. So you've only got the one toilet.
Yeah.
So, but they like to have 2 places to wash, so 2 people can get ready. But if they took that out and put a washer dryer there, because you don't see a lot of the what washer dryers we've got here in our house, which is just the one machine. They usually do the one that's on top of each other, don't they? Or the one that's built in with a top loading tumble dryer. But that's the one thing I think's weird. That and the placement of that TV is ridiculous. You've got a sofa and you've got to all turn left or right, depending on which way it is, to watch the TV. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
Very strange. I mean, I've uploaded it, like I say, to the Brits Guide, the full video. It's 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes long.
Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, I actually say that. I mean, it's a very weird placement for the video. And inside, it looks bigger on camera, I think, than it does. And normally, that's not the case.
Get a wide zoom on.
Yeah. Oh, I did film it on wide angle on my iPhone, but even so, I think it looks bigger than it is.
Yeah.
And that bedroom with the 2 bunks in it, I mean, it's probably ideal for you with your children in a year or two. But I don't know. I got a feeling your wife's sleeping in there and you're out in the main room. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think will happen.
I think probably would be right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that main room's not that big. And once you got that bed down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if points wise they were worth doing, we might do one for a couple of nights, but it seems like a lot of points. I don't know. It depends where it is point wise.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and certainly not worth buying because the dues are through the roof, aren't they?
Oh, the due. That's something to do with the renewal of them during possible damage through hurricanes and weather damage. They've obviously got to be renewed more often than a normal building.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Completely renewed, and then they've got to be refitted. But if you saw the price they were trying to ask for the old ones, wow. I don't know.
Yeah. Excellent. Right, I'm going to class that as an honourable mention, shall we say? Maybe not top of the list.
Yeah. Saratoga Springs, the old adage, buy where you want to stay. I didn't buy where I wanted to stay, but luckily I want to stay there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I bought it for price of points and price of dues. That was purely my purchase.
Yeah.
When I got into it, and I thought it'd be a bonus we could stay anywhere else, and we have stayed anywhere else. We only stayed at Old Key West because I wanted to try it.
Yeah, beautiful resort.
Oh, no, lovely resort.
Yeah.
We ordered actually one day. Saying about food, going back to food, we ordered from Olivia's on the bus.
Oh, good restaurant.
So we sat on the bus coming back one, but it might have been actually after. Could it? No, it would have been too late, wouldn't it? But it was one evening we were coming back, and it was after 8 o'clock at night, and we hadn't anything to eat, and I ordered Olivia's as takeout, and we picked it up, didn't we, when we arrived?
That was very nice.
And that was nice, wasn't it? We had the southern fried chicken, didn't we?
Oh, it's known for it.
Steak fried chicken, is it? And with mashed potatoes and green gravy and green beans.
I like the gravy, but we tried it and it was actually
really nice. Yeah,
it's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, I've had it there. It's beautiful.
I mean, I've eaten in Olivia's before, and famously, I didn't pay for my meal, but yeah.
I know the story.
I stuffed Kurt with a bill because they didn't take Apple Pay at the time, but they do now.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. All right, let's move on to the next award. We have favourite new experience. So something that was experienced for the very first time this September trip.
Wow, mine's Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah, very first and very last time.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's not being funny. That's why we did it, so that we could say that
we'd done it. Really, I raked my memory to try and think, did we ever do Tom Sawyer Island with the boys? I don't think we ever went over with the boys.
Because if they'd been small, we might have been worried about them getting in the water.
And we didn't do Tom Sawyer's Island once. We did it twice.
Yeah.
We did it once just to make sure we'd done it, and we took there's a lovely photo opportunity round by Big Thunder Mountain. So you can get right at the end, and you can have Big Thunder Mountain coming over your shoulder as you take the photograph. So we were stood there, and we took a video, and literally Big Thunder Mountain comes round. Train comes round, and you can see it behind you from Tom Sawyer's Island. So we did that a couple of times, didn't we?
And then we went with
and then we've got friends,
Angie and Michelle as well.
Angela and Michelle came down, and they were there for about 3 or 4 days. Yeah. We went to Magic Kingdom with them, didn't we? Mm-hmm. I think we met up in Hollywood Studios with them.
Yeah,
and we were going to try and meet them in Epcot, but we missed for some reason, didn't we? We didn't, because I was going to ride Guardians of the Galaxy with them, but we just did. I can't remember what happened, but we didn't manage to meet up that day. But yeah, so we said Michelle and Angela wanted to go over to Tom Sawyer Island. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, look, I've brought, if we're going to do Tom Sawyer Island, I've brought some jammy Dodgers and some other, I can't remember the other biscuits I took. Jammy Dodgers, and was it the Sainsbury's Fox's Creams? That's what it was, Fox's Creams. So I took those over. I thought, I'll put something in the bag that's not going to melt in heat. So we took those. So we sat on Tom Sawyer's Island having our impromptu picnic. And then there was another couple with 2 children. They'd bought a proper picnic, cool bagged a lot, you know.
That looks really good.
So we took some photographs over there with them. And when we were walking round, someone pointed out there was a small gator swimming in the water.
Yes,
I know, and wildlife has been a thing this time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've not been over there. I've not been over Tom Sawyer's.
You've not ever been over?
Never. No, I double checked with the parents to see if we ever did it like back, when I couldn't remember, and they were like, no, never been over there.
We did that, and we also did the Liberty. Not going to say Liberty. Is it Liberty Bow?
Oh, the boat.
The boat, yeah.
Yeah, never done it.
See, I thought we'd done it together.
No.
But apparently, I went on with Mickey Files at a meet up, and they had it on there.
The boys in 2022, wasn't I?
Yeah,
right.
I'd gone off early to make sure I got on.
Yeah,
and we had all the top deck was just at the bottom deck. Sorry, right at the front was just all Mickey Files people, apart from one couple.
Ah.
Yeah, apart from one couple who were sat down there that weren't with us. So there's a famous photograph of us all looking up at Ken taking a photograph from the top of the boat, and there's this one couple with their backs to us. And we were all looking up. There's just one couple that turned with their backs, like, we went round, didn't we, with the we went round. I went round that time. Couldn't tell you where it went.
Yeah.
Didn't know it moved, right? Because I was talking to people and what have you. So not a clue where it went at all. Right. So this time we went round, and of course you see a lot of what you see on the train, which is again one of Deborah's favourites.
Yeah.
The train.
I like the train. Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we hadn't been on that.
Oh, for years.
2012, I think, was the last time we'd been on it until last year. We're not last year because it hadn't. That was the first time I think it was back last year.
Yeah.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Since 2012.
Yeah.
Because it'd been obviously because of.
And this time I had to use my little travelling towel to dry the seat off.
Have we got a thing for most useful things you didn't expect to be useful?
That tops it, does it?
Yeah. Well, because we were going to New York, and I looked at the weather forecast and it said it was going to rain. I said to them, well, I'll get our raincoats out and I'll coat them up with rainproofing. And we would run out. So I went into Mountain Warehouse to buy some, and it was £16 or whatever it is, but half price if you buy it with something else. So I grabbed this little silly towel thing, which was £3, that was on a clip. One of these that folds up into a little bag, and one of these micro soft things.
Right.
Didn't think anything of it. Went, got the half price spray, sprayed our coats to go to New York with, didn't think nothing of it. I'll take that with us, this little towel. It's the most used thing we took with us, I think.
Yeah, because I put it on my handbag, didn't I?
Yeah. Very strange.
It's like with our, it was with our hand sanitizer, wasn't it?
Yeah, with the hand sanitizer, just to wipe down tables when you come to somewhere and you're having dinner, to get dry anywhere to sit if you needed somewhere to sit. It's brilliant. Worked out really well. Very strange that something I just bought just to get something else half price.
Yeah.
We dried our bottles off when we put in our ice in them.
Yeah. Very, very weird. Very weird. And we've been back and bought another one since, so there you go.
It's just so handy.
Small one,
Yeah.
one.
Oh, awesome.
Oh yeah, we haven't really talked about saying about favourite experiences, saying about Deborah saying Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah.
I think I really enjoyed Tom doing that, but of course I did Tiana Bayou Adventure for the first time, and
yes,
I hadn't done Splash Mountain for a while because I think that was down. Obviously, it was down last year because it was being refitted.
Yeah,
and I think it was down when we went in February the year before, the previous year, because we went 2022, 23, 24, and 2022 went in February.
Yeah.
And I think it was closed for a refit then, for their sort of winter refurb.
Yeah, it was.
So I hadn't been on it for a long time. And, and as I said on the Disload, one of my favourite rides, if you get off at the top of that drop, it'd be perfect then.
Yeah.
If you just get off at the top, there was the chicken exit up there. Be great.
I'd do it if you could get off, not get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
we didn't seem to get that wet. I've done it.
Though. Isn't it better? You don't get
I've been in the back both times, and did once with Karen. Was I on it with the first time then? I've done it twice, and I was in the back both times, and I didn't get wet either time. So okay. I think it's a great ride. I think Splash Mountain was not relevant to the majority of people now visiting Disney World. You know, I don't even know if it was relevant to you, because have you ever seen the film?
Yeah, I watched the film as a child. Yeah, and it's actually it was when Loz was younger. It was one of her favourite ones that she watched back in the day. But there's many that haven't seen it, and it's just a lot of people associate Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear and everything to that ride, and not necessarily a film, don't they?
Yeah, I think you'll find that it was shown on TV over here a lot later than it was in America.
Right.
I think they'd stopped showing it in America a lot earlier on. And as I remember rightly, it was on VCR here in the UK, and it had disappeared from America long before that.
Yeah.
So but I think so. I think it was worth doing. You know, I think it was about time. Bring it so it's relevant now. I mean, having said that, Princess and the Frog's not a new film, is it? Do you know what I mean?
I know, yeah. Time flies, doesn't it? Yeah.
But it's certainly more relevant than before. So.
Oh, definitely. Like Penny's a huge Princess and the Frog fan, and like she's seen obviously the YouTube videos and some of the videos that I posted on social media of it, and she can't wait to see it. Purely, not necessarily for the drop, but purely the design element that Tiana's brought. So it's capturing younger generations who want to go on that ride as well.
And I mean, the animatronics
they look fantastic.
They are great. They're brilliant. Really good. Yeah. Really good. I just think Disney don't get the praise they deserve for those animatronics. Not just their Avatar, and I mean, that boat ride, the Avatar boat ride, people complain about that, but it's worth that few seconds round on the boat ride just for that final bit with the animatronics. The movement so natural and so it's just incredible.
You have to see it. You do.
Yeah, it really is incredible.
Yeah, definitely. Excellent. Right, we're on to the final award for your September 2024 trip. And this one is called the Magic Moment Awards. It's something that will stand out from this trip as a core memory for years to come.
You really struggled with this, didn't you?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of different bits and pieces, isn't there?
I mean, spending time with our friends, I think, is like the people we know in Florida or who visited from the US.
Yeah.
That's probably the top sort of thing.
That's a great answer. Yeah.
You know, it's just... But for me, weirdly enough, it's two birds. Now, we were walking from Bay Lake Tower to Magic Kingdom. Or actually, we were fucking Magic Kingdom to Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah, the other way around, yeah.
No. Karen, we were walking from Magic Kingdom with Karen, and she'd parked her car in Bay Lake Tower. So we were walking back to her car, and she was going to give us a lift back to Saratoga Springs, wasn't she? Yeah. But Karen's she's basically our Uber driver when we're in Florida. So we were walking back to the, and then I looked up, and there was a bald eagle just at about the height of the monorail.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's low. I'm not sure if it's a young bird, a year old or so. It's flighted to at its adult plumage. I'm getting very technical here because so it was a bald eagle. You knew that was a bald eagle. Do you know what I mean? It was an adult plumage. It was exactly what you see in the books and on the TV.
You could see it really good, couldn't you?
And it was right in front of us, and it was low, and it wasn't for just a fleeting second. It was for about 30 seconds, and I was just too gobsmacked with seeing this bird to get my phone out or take a picture or anything like that. But it was incredible to see that.
That's amazing.
And then on the last day, we were down in Saratoga Springs, and this had happened twice. All of a sudden, a bird dropped down, and it was an osprey, and it went into the water and then flew off. It didn't get anything. Yeah. And then we were walking back through Disney Springs, and it was sat. This osprey was sat on top of the paddle steamer.
Right.
And I could see it up there sat quite high, and I'm sort of thinking, please fly, move, you know. Yeah. I'd have poked it with a stick if I could have got one. And sure enough, it moved. It flew off. And I've got a little bit of video of this osprey flying across, and I put a reel out on Instagram of it.
Awesome.
And again, an osprey and a bald eagle. If you're going to see two birds when you're in America, they're two iconic birds.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm into that sort of thing. I'm into natural history and all that type of stuff, so I'm into it, and I would notice it. Like if we're here and we see, when we're on the mainland in Oxford, we see a red kite, I'll always notice it. When we're driving up to Oxford, the first time we see a red kite on the dual carriageway in the sky, I know I'm getting close to Oxford. They released a load up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they are beautiful birds, those ospreys, and see that bald eagle, just unbelievable. That's something that's sticking in my mind. Nothing to do with Disney at all, but it just seeing it, but seeing it at Disney.
Yeah.
If you can imagine that one of the most populated places.
Yeah.
And there was this bald eagle but apparently they nest at
the
swan and dolphin.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and one of the boat drivers was saying afterwards, said, "Oh, you see a little speck up there? That's a bald eagle." And I said,
"Wow,
that little speck, mate. We see him at Bay Lake Tower." And he was like, you know, and
one of them.
Yeah, it was probably one of the two. If there's a pair. But yeah, he's saying that there's no ducks on the lake today because there's a bald eagle up there.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, incredible. You know, just to see that little gator in Magic Kingdom was incredible as well. And there's a resident turtle if you're at Springs bus stop.
Yeah.
So if you go in the Springs bus stop and you stood there waiting and your bus isn't coming, go across to the bridge behind the bus stop and look down. Nearly every time I've been there and looked down there, and the customer pointed out, there's a turtle hangs around there.
Yeah.
And I've seen him. I see him back in 2019, and I'll see him this time.
Yeah.
So he hangs around them. Probably the same one.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like you said, things you just don't expect to see in a place which is ultimately known for theme parks and thrill rides and stuff like that. Seeing that sort of nature around it just reminds you of what Florida in its essence is.
I mean, they have those boxes, don't they, in Epcot for the
Purple Martins, yeah?
Yeah, Purple Martins, yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible to just see it. Like I said, I did go out to Nassau once out on the coast, and they have vultures and eagle nests up there. But yeah, to see it was brilliant. Yeah, really enjoyed that.
Amazing.
Yeah, bizarre little thing, but there you go.
Hey, it's just another magical moment in a trip full of magical moments by the sounds of it. It sounds like you had a fantastic time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a different experience for us now through podcasting, and that we've got a sort of fairly large community of people, and if we're down in the parks, we can usually hook up with somebody. We'll have someone come up to us or say to us, you know, via a messenger group of one kind and another, saying that they're there, and we meet up. We did that with Angie and Michelle, didn't we? Yeah, that was quite good fun. They made, that was nice to, like I say, just go around the parks with somebody different. It was great.
what we need to do and what we need to ensure, because we missed each other in 2022, but one day
Yeah,
we've
so
actually
I've
got
sort
to
of looked at it in
try and work it
26,
out that we're
and
out there at the same time and actually meet up.
I'm telling you and Luke, we're in Disney I reckon it's going to be from the 5th of February to the 26th of February in 26. With a push,
Awesome.
we came back
Festival
Friday
of the
this
Arts
time.
as well. Lovely.
By the time you've gone back,
Yeah.
got home,
it's a
got
bit
sorted out,
much.
it's Saturday. Deborah's back into work at 4 o'clock in the morning on Monday.
Oh, ouch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time, so we're cut it short by a day. But
Yeah.
obviously, what we might go up to Universal next time. I think do a few days up there, like we did in 23.
It gets the points to
Stretch the points a little bit.
Yeah, good idea.
What we might do is
get over the jet lag.
we might do a 1-bedroom at the end, especially when I've bought a load more points.
You never know. You never know.
But yeah, that's what we'll have. We'll have a few more points next time. But yeah, I might do a 1-bedroom at the end because we quite like having a washer dryer.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps without you can put it in, leave it, and then come back later after you've been out.
Because my tip on it is to book it in segments. I booked it in 2 9. Well, no, I booked it in a 9 and an 8 day segment, and I should have booked it in 2 9s. But there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think we're doing. Leave 3 at the end and go and do a 1-bedroom. And probably a 1-bedroom at Saratoga.
I was going to say in Saratoga.
Yeah. If you've not got a park ticket on your last day, go over to Disney's. But I really miss Virgin's check-in.
Yeah.
2019 when we did it, I said to the bloke, I phoned up to get someone to pick up our bags, and I said to him, oh yeah, we'll get our bags and we'll get an Uber to take our bags to,
like the suitcases.
And he looked at it and he said, no, don't get an Uber, I'll take you in the golf buggy.
Nice.
So he went, and of course it's only along the path and you're there, aren't you? And he dropped us off. He said, I'll go and check your hand luggage, you check your bags here at Virgin. So we were there early, and so it was really handy. That was doing that.
That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a good benefit.
On my own, that was a good benefit, as was, of course, Magical Express.
Yes. The things of the past, they.
Yeah, this what's it called now?
Mears Connect.
Mears Connect, yeah. They're gonna have to do something with that, because you can't run a coach for 6 people, which we were.
Yeah.
6 or 8 people, I think, on the way from New York. When we come down from New York, I think it was about 8 people, wasn't it, on the way back? But we were in a minibus.
Yeah.
Which it was a nice fancy Mercedes minibus, but they can't afford to run coaches, not if they've not got that amount of people.
No, don't leave us isolated in those airports, though.
Yes, right. That's why I worry about it, really, because it's, for us, it's cheap. It's $16 each.
Yeah.
So it's cheap as chips, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, different for you, because I don't know whether they charge you for the kids yet or not. But when they charge you for the children, it gets expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
then 16, it's not breaking the bank, especially when you see some of the costs for some of the private hires, or especially car hire at the minute. It's still pretty steep, so it's a good alternative.
Yeah, car hire is just mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shame. Hopefully one day we get that leveled out, but we shall see. They've got away with charging it now, unfortunately, for a number of years. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
But it just isn't. And there's not enough people using it. That's the problem.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that concludes our Walt Disney World September 2024 awards. Some excellent answers there to what sounded like a fantastic trip. I know it was a fantastic trip because the amount of connections that we had while you were out there, the videos, the reels that you posted, obviously the podcast that we did on the Disload, where we had you at Disload Base Camp in Contemporary, which is fantastic. That's going to be a highlight for me for a long time. I know there's going to be a lot more content coming over at Brits Guide. Do you want to tell listeners over here, for those who aren't following Brits Guide at the minute, and I implore everyone to follow Brits Guide to DVC, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you?
Yeah, we're Brits Guide to Disney Vacation Club on Facebook. We're BGT DVC on Instagram, and we are on Twitter. But does anybody use Twitter now? But all my Instagram reels populate to my Facebook page. So to Brits Guide, and I usually share it on Brits Guide, and I usually I've been tagging the Devonshire Diz and everything as well. And as you notice, if you've been watching any of my reels, you'll notice that I've also got all the badges for Brits Guide, Devonshire Diz, and of course the Disload. And of course, we're going to have another one to the family. We're going to have the Sail Away podcast in the near future, hopefully.
Yeah, looking forward to that one, because AC is just a fountain of knowledge when it comes to cruise lining. So it's going to be good to hear his views on a brand new podcast. So look out for that one.
Yeah, so we're growing. The family's growing, my friend, as it is, because it's another little cumber walking around now, or not walking, obviously, but just arrived a few weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to AC, and just as you say, it's just a whole host of different Disney conversations, and the more the merrier. That's what I say.
Yeah, I mean, I fancy a cruise, but we sort of missed out. It was a shame we couldn't have got on one during that COVID time.
Yes,
but
true. Yeah,
just didn't work out for us, and it's difficult for us to. We can't just go at a drop of a hat with the jobs we've got, unfortunately. Yeah. But there you go.
Yeah. Just all I can say is just don't get talking to AC for too long, because he will make you find a way.
Bless him.
Debora Kevin, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's always a pleasure speaking about the thing we love, and hopefully have both of you on for other episodes of Devonshire Diz down in the future, and we'll certainly be speaking on Brits Guide and also the Disload. So thank you kindly for sharing all of your highlights. I appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
A massive thank you to Debora and Kev for sharing those magical memories. Be sure to check out Brits Guide on Facebook, Instagram, alongside their fabulous podcast. And whilst there, do check out all the other amazing podcasts and vlogs mentioned throughout this episode. For the latest news dropping each month, check out the recent Disload podcast episode. And you can find Devonshire Diz on Instagram, YouTube, and of course across all your favourite podcast platforms. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time.